me back my Emma, you awful man!
Excuse me? Who's this? And what do you want with Emma? She's my daughter. Who am I supposed to be giving her back to?
Me! I'm her mother.
Oh my god. No way. Is that you, Michelle? What are you doing?
Of course it's me. Who else would it be?
No way. It's really you. After you just left the divorce papers and took off and abandoned us like that? What are you talking about? It's been 3 years since then. Why are you reaching out to me all of a sudden like this?
It doesn't matter why. The point is that a daughter should be with her mother. Just give her back to me.
But you haven't even tried to contact her for 3 years. She doesn't even remember you at this point.
I don't want to hear anything from you. Just give her back. She's my daughter. You've already had 3 years all to yourself with her. Isn't that enough for you? When's my turn? I deserve some time with her too, you know.
It's not even about that. Why would I hand over my daughter to some woman who just up and abandoned her like that? Are you out of your mind?
How dare you come at me with that high and mighty attitude? You know you're the whole reason I left in the first place, right?
Oh, so now it's my fault? Tell me, just what exactly did I do to make you abandon your daughter like that?
I couldn't stand all the verbal abuse you were always hurling at me. Didn't you realize that?
What are you talking about? I don't remember ever saying an unkind word to you.
You're always trying to remind me that I wasn't being a good enough mother or a good enough wife. Whatever it was. You basically treated me like I was a live-in housekeeper or something. It was like I was barely even a human in your eyes. How was I supposed to stand living like that? Being treated like I was just some babysitter or something for you? You were always on my back about something. Who would want to live that way?
I mean, sure. I might have asked you to, do some cooking or cleaning up around the house sometimes, but it wasn't like I was verbally abusing you. And yeah, I definitely did ask you for help looking after Emma. She is your daughter, after all. I don't know why you didn't want to do more for her. I was always more helpful than a lot of other husbands are anyway. I was always willing to help out with the housework and childcare. I thought we were in it together.
Oh, you are so helpful, huh? Only on nights and weekends. What about all the rest of the time? What about then, huh?
Yeah, I have a job. I was at work during the weekdays. What are you even talking about? What was I supposed to do during those times? Remember how I always used to cook dinner 3 times a week? That was pretty helpful, right? And then on the weekends, I would watch Emma so that you could go out and do whatever you want. Remember?
See? There you go again. Always trying to blame me for everything. You haven't changed a bit.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do. You're not listening. I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you how things look from my perspective.
I could just see it in your eyes. I knew exactly how you felt about me. It was so humiliating all the time. Did you really not understand the way all those glances, all those looks that you gave me hurt me? I can't believe you didn't know that.
Look, I think you're maybe reading too much into it. These are just the way my eyes look. I am sorry that I was born like this, I guess. I didn't mean to, give you any mean glances or whatever. I have no idea where you got this idea from.
You know, you can always tell if a man's a good guy or not just by his face. And you were born with one that says some not very good things about you. And the way you've lived probably hasn't helped anything at all. You've developed into quite a nasty-looking guy, you know. You're just barely 30 and you're already going bald. Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
Look, male pattern baldness is just a genetic thing, okay? It's not anything I can help. And when did we transition to just you sitting here insulting me?
I'm just trying to explain to you how much I was suffering. Do you get it yet? Now, do you see that you're the whole reason that I left in the first place?
Does that sound at all reasonable to you? Do you hear what you're saying? Did you really divorce me and abandon our daughter because my hair is thinning? Just try giving that reason to a divorce lawyer and see how quick they laugh you out of the office for being such an idiot.
The fact is, it really was causing me suffering. You can't deny my lived experience. That's why it really was the reason for our divorce. Why can't you accept that?
You're still such a pain in the butt. We're already divorced. Why do I even have to put up with this anymore? You're really bringing me down. You know, I was having such a good day, too. So what's the deal? Why do you think that I should be giving Emma back to you now? I don't know what reason you think you have in that twisted brain of yours, but you're the one who abandoned your own child. Remember that?
I always wanted for us to live together, though. I really missed her. I thought about trying to come and get her so many times, but I just didn't for whatever reason. I think maybe I never came just because I couldn't stand the sight of your face. I didn't want to have to be in your presence at all, even if it meant that I was there just to pick up Emma. In other words, once again, it's all your fault that I have never been able to live with my daughter for these past 3 years. You were the one stopping me from coming to get her. You're the one who's been keeping us apart. How dare you do that to your own daughter?
Your reasoning makes no sense at all. I can't believe you're trying to say all these crazy things to me. Have you forgotten the day you left? Do you remember how you just took off without saying anything and left the divorce papers sitting on the coffee table in the living room? How do you think that made both of us feel? Did you even know that Emma is the one who found the divorce papers? She came home from school and they were sitting right there on the table. She called me up, bawling her eyes out, asking me what was going on, and I didn't have any idea. I couldn't comfort her at all. You must have known she would have come home from school before I got back from work. Why would you do that to her? Don't you realize how hard that was for her to deal with? Even though she was still only 10 years old, she knew what divorce was. She knew exactly what those papers meant and what you were doing to our family.
At that time, I felt like I had no other choice because of the way you were treating me. You'll never understand.
I don't think I really want to understand your thought process. I don't want to know what's going on inside the head of a mother who thinks so little of her own daughter's well-being.
Look, it doesn't make a difference whether you understand how I feel or not. I have some thoughts about what's going to happen with Emma from now.
Oh, you have thoughts, huh? Well, enlighten me. What's your master plan about how you're going to handle custody of our daughter, you nut?
Well, first up, I'm going to have to sue you for all the emotional damage you caused me over the years. And I'm going to get in touch with your job so that you can't get away with not paying me. I'll make sure they garnish your wages if that's what I have to do.
Good Lord. There's no way you can sue me for going bald. We've been over this. I have no idea what has gotten into you.
Fine. Putting the results aside, I can sue you for whatever reason I want. That is totally possible, okay? If your job finds out that your ex-wife is suing you, how will that look? What do you think they'll think about that? They have an image to uphold, right? They don't want to look like they're employing some abusive misogynist or anything. At the very least, for as long as the legal proceedings are going on, they're going to be watching you. They might even put you on leave or something. And after you've gone through all that, even if you get off, I don't think that you are going to have such an easy road to success in the future. You'll probably never get promoted again.
Okay, so that's a pretty clear threat, and thank you for sending it to me in writing. So, what are you really after anyway? Emma and I are finally feeling like we're back on our feet after the shock of you abandoning us like you did 3 years ago. Why are you coming back now? It's like you showed up just at the right time to try and crush our happiness that we finally found.
If you'll just give Emma back to me, I'll let everything go, okay? Why don't you just do that and we can forget about all this?
You'll let what go? What is wrong with you? I haven't done anything wrong. And there's no way I'm ever letting you have Emma back. She's my whole reason for living. She brings me so much happiness. Why would I give her back to you? You didn't even care about her.
Fine. You want to do this the hard way? Then we're going to have to do it the hard way. You've left me no choice. Remember, you brought this on yourself.
Hey, what have you done? What did you tell Emma about me?
All I did was tell her the truth. Is there some problem with that?
What twisted version of the truth did you tell her exactly? She started screaming about me, about what a terrible father I am, and ran out of the house. I'm going crazy trying to find her, but she's nowhere to be found. I checked with all her friends, and all of them say that they don't know where she is either. How could you do this to us? I know that you must have had something to do with this. Just tell me what's going on so I can stop worrying about my daughter.
You don't have to worry anymore. She's right here with me. She said she'd rather live with me than you from now on, so you can just let it go, okay? A daughter needs her mother, after all. It's much better for her if she lives with me instead of you. She came here totally of her own accord, so there's really nothing for you to complain about.
You can't be serious. What kind of lies are you telling her? I guess I made a mistake. You know, I did everything I could to make sure that she didn't hate you for what you did to us. Maybe I should have just been honest with her the whole time so she knew exactly what kind of person you are. I told her that you had your reasons for not living with us, and that you weren't too far away. I never told her the truth that you abandoned us out of nowhere for no reason. I didn't want her to have terrible thoughts about her own mother. You know, I even lied to her. I told her I was sure that you would come visit her someday, knowing that you had no intention of doing so. And now I'm paying the price for trying to make her not hate you. She's in junior high now. She could have handled the truth. I guess I should have told her by now.
Oh, wow. You really care about her that much, huh? In that case, I'm sure you'll be happy to pay us child support now that she's living with me. I think about $1,500 a month until she graduates from college will cover it. You can handle that, right? Oh, but of course, her tuition for private high school and college will have to be handled separately, right? That's going to be added on to the $1,500 a month, okay?
I'm never going to let you get away with this in the first place. I'm not letting you take her away from me. You're going to have to give her back to me.
But she says she doesn't want to go back and live with you. How come you can't respect her wishes? Why would a teenage girl want to live with some bold old dude like you anyway? It's just not good for her. Of course she'd rather live with her youthful, pretty mother. Doesn't that make sense to you?
I don't think that's true at all. Sure, we haven't been talking as much since she's a teenager now, but that's just normal. That's how things are. We still get along great. We have no problems living with each other.
Well, you have nothing to worry about. As far as she's concerned, she's going to have even more fun now that she's living with me. No matter how hard you look, it won't do any good. Emma herself says she doesn't want to go back. If she doesn't want to be found, how do you think you're going to find her? And I am her real mother, so it's perfectly within my rights to have my own daughter live with me.
I don't think there's any way that's going to fly, legally. You can't just suddenly reappear after 3 years and take custody away from me like that.
Look, I'm going to be straight with you. If you keep trying to come after us, I am going to have to sue you for damages. And we've already been over what would happen in that case, right? Do you really want to lose your job? Is that what you want to happen here?
Oh, so we're back to the threats now, huh? Wow. Real mature of you.
And I'm going to have to ask you to go ahead and pay all the child support up front. So I think that'll be something like $150,000.
Are you completely out of your mind? Where do you think I'm going to get that money, and why would I pay it to you in the first place?
Well, you better figure something out, because if you don't pay it by the end of the month, then I'm going to have to sue you for damages too. And it's going to look really bad for you at your office. So, where's that child support? I haven't seen a dime yet, and I told you what's going to happen. Are you really ready for me to sue you?
Don't you have bigger things that you should be worrying about? Are you still trying to shake me down for that money?
Shake you down? What are you talking about? You really do want to get sued, don't you?
Got some bad news for you. You're the one who's about to be sued here. I've already got everything in order. You know, you really are the worst. Are you really telling me that you haven't noticed that Emma hasn't come home for 3 days now?
What are you talking about? Emma's living with me now. I've already explained this to you.
Are you hallucinating now? I knew you were out of your mind, but has it really gotten that bad? Emma's home with me now. She's not coming back to you again.
Don't lie to me. I know that she's just staying at her friend's house. Why would she ever go back to you? When I was her age, I used to stay away from home for days at a time, too. I was just out having fun with my friends. It's totally normal.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you before you contacted me. And it was 3 whole days. 3 days you haven't seen your daughter. And you still haven't even noticed that she's gone. You're still contacting me, just trying to get money out of me. You don't care about her at all. Do you know how depressed Emma's feeling right now?
Well, if she is there with you, you need to hurry up and give her back to me. You can't keep holding her captive like that. She wants to live with me.
Why in the world would I ever do that?
That's called kidnapping, you know. The thing that you're doing, that's kidnapping. It's a crime.
No, it absolutely is not. Emma came home of her own free will. She does not want to live with you. Don't you get that? She told me that she never wanted to live with you at all right from the start. She just wanted to find out the real reason you left. That's the only reason she was around you. Honestly, I was really shocked at first. I thought maybe she really had left.
Do you honestly think that I'm going to fall for those stupid lies? Come on. Just give it up and send her back to me.
Are you finally waking up to what's going on here? Have you reestablished contact with reality? Emma wanted to know why you abandoned us. She never could figure out why you would just up and leave us like that all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden, you contacted me and said that you wanted her to come live with you. I told her about that, and she took it as an opportunity to go live with you for a little bit and try and figure out what you had been up to all these years and why you had abandoned her. When she left, I didn't feel like I could go on living without her. I was really worried until I heard from her again.
She's still just a kid. She wouldn't come up with some crazy scheme like that all on her own.
She's a lot more mature than you would know. It's not like you've been around to see her grow up. She knows very well what she's doing. But you would never know that because you haven't ever taken an interest in your daughter at all for her whole life. You know, even this month that she's been gone, she's been coming back to my place like 2 or 3 days a week. You hadn't even noticed, had you? She was telling me all about how you're living these days. It was like she was reporting on her investigative results to me or something. It was kind of cute. I did keep telling her to stop doing what she was doing and just leave it be, but she wanted to make everything clear and out in the open. She said she wouldn't stop spying on you until she figured out exactly how awful you were. She can be pretty stubborn. I think maybe she gets that from me. Then 3 days ago, she felt like she found out enough about you and decided that she didn't ever have to go back to your place again. So, she's been back here with me. But you didn't even notice.
What do you mean she found out enough about me? What does that even mean? What was she trying to do?
She found the real reason you left us. She figured it was because of another man. Apparently, right after we got divorced, you got remarried. And then 3 months ago, you got divorced again, didn't you? And I don't know what the reason is, but apparently you're the one who is being asked to pay alimony. I guess you probably cheated again, right?
Wait, how do you know all that? Have you been spying on me or something?
You got drunk and passed out, and Emma looked through your phone. She found a bunch of really incriminating messages. She looked through all of your messages with everybody. Oh, and she was smart enough to take screenshots too, so don't try to deny any of this. We have proof.
What? How dare she do that? That's a violation of my privacy. That's illegal! She can't do that to me!
You've been using your daughter to try and get money out of your ex-husband. Do you really think you have a leg to stand on? What in the world are you even talking about? We know that you're planning on using that child support that you were shaking me down for to pay off your second ex-husband, weren't you? And of course, Emma was upset to find out that, once again, you never really wanted to live with her. You were just using her to try to get money out of me. How could you do that to her again after everything she's been through?
God, I can't stand either one of you! Why did she have to turn out to be so much like you? I thought she was my daughter, too. This sucks. You know what? Fine. If I'm not getting any child support out of you, why am I even talking to you? I have no use for you at all.
Oh, but I'm just getting started with you. Like I said, I'm going to be suing you for damages for attempting to steal my daughter away from me and shake me down for money that I do not owe you. Plus, I found out that you were cheating on me, and that's why you abandoned your family. It's really not going to look good if this goes to court. I've already talked to my lawyer about it.
It's already been 3 years since we got divorced. I'm not sure what you think you can do about it now.
Like I said, I already talked to my lawyer, and I have a pretty good one. He says that we can definitely sue you, and this evidence that we've uncovered from 3 years ago will definitely be relevant to the case. I just found out about your infidelity 3 days ago, after all. It's new. And I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to pay child support to me, since I'm the one who's been taking care of Emma all this time. I could use a little bit more money for her college fund, after all.
No, no, no! Why should I have to pay you? It's a man's responsibility to pay for everything. I don't owe you a dime. I am a housewife, a stay-at-home mom. I have no responsibility to pay for any of that stuff. You can't try to make me. It's not like I could pay even if I wanted to. Where am I supposed to get all that money from?
Look, I know it's going to try to be hard to make you understand the reality of your situation. But like I said, I already talked to a lawyer. You can talk to him about it. And like I told you, if this goes to court, it's going to look really bad for you, so you better just give me what I want. And you probably don't even have money to hire a lawyer on your own anyway, right? Or at least, not a very good one.
Wait a minute. Do you really have to go this far? Why do we have to bring lawyers into all of this?
What did you think was going to happen? You tried to steal my daughter from me. I had to respond. And you're the one who came after me in the first place. Remember how you contacted me saying you were going to sue me for damages from the emotional distress you felt because my hair was thinning? You know it's a crime to threaten to sue people like that when you have no intention of doing so. It's a shakedown. It's extortion. Have you ever heard of that? Maybe I should go ahead and report that to the police too, and see how they want to handle it. Would you like that?
Wait, no. You don't have to do that. Please don't do that. Look, I'll apologize. Just please don't call the police. And I promise I'll never come near Emma again, okay? Just please don't do that to me. I don't want to go to jail. What's my life going to be like from now on? How could you do this to me? You're ruining my whole life.
Why should I care what happens to you? You tried to steal my daughter from me. I'm going to make you regret that for the rest of your life. I promise you I'm going into this fight with the intention to completely crush you. There's no chance that I will ever forgive you for all that you've done to me and Emma. I will make you pay for what you've done to us.
No, please. You have to listen to me. I see now how wrong I was. You just have to forgive me. Please, I'm begging you.
So I think we're about done here. I have no reason to continue talking to you at this point. If you want to go ahead and keep trying to talk to me, maybe I'll read through your desperate text and laugh my head off sometimes.
Oh my God. Why would you do that to me? How can I just be the butt of a joke to you?
So, I did end up going through with my plan and suing Michelle for alimony and child support. She owed her second ex-husband money too, so it's going to be pretty hard for her to ever pay it off. But she's doing so in installments, and they're going to have to garnish her wages. She's got a part-time job working at a cash register somewhere since she has no work experience. So, it's going to be pretty tough for her to make ends meet and pay everyone all the money she owes. But she brought this all on herself. Meanwhile, Emma and I are doing great. We're happier than we've ever been together. I'm glad I have a daughter who loves me so much.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time.